First case of a small business which came to me was actually a textile trader. His father, his brother, everybody used to kept telling him, look, you are doing something wrong, and never used to listen to them. I first did that audit of all his stock, sorted them out into good quality and bad quality. Usually some Marwadis become very ambitious and they also get into trouble. I can't even take my scooter there. I had to park it somewhere and walk. There'll be a small gully. So he was actually overtrading. Then the 1983 Bombay textile strike took place. He came and touched my feet literally, came home and told my wife, only your husband can save my business. You have done basically what fundamentally we are taught not to do. First case of a small business which came to me was actually a textile trader. That was my first real assignment. A textile trader in the Bombay Secunderabad market. He was a semi-wholesaler for cutout and he was a very successful textile trader. So when I was in ASCII, I did a program for a company called Arvind Mills, which was a very famous company, and they wanted us to do a marketing program for their indenting agents. So those people had attended that program. Me and one of my colleagues went around, studied, and then did that program for 1 week. So one of the local chap from that indenting agent, one day when I left my job, he went to the institute to find out where I am. When he found I'm on my own, he got my address from them and came home and told me, look, this textile trader is a good friend of mine. He's a good man. He has done very well in life, made good money very fast, but now he's suffering from big losses. And he's talking of doing a bankruptcy thing. But I feel that you can help him. Can you do something for him? I said, textile trader, shopkeeper, what do I know? He said, no, from the way you taught us, I'm convinced that you can do something for him. Okay, मैं देख लेता हूँ. So I went and sat in the shop. It was literally in the market, no. I can't even take my scooter there. I had to park it somewhere and walk. There'll be a small gully. And he had that one shop where everybody's sitting on a gaddi. And it's a semi-wholesale, means his customers used to come from different parts of the country. I was sitting and talking to him and going through his book. Then I found out what actually went wrong. This is also a learning for me because this is not taught to you in the institute. So he was actually overtrading when the business was doing very well. Because Katao saris were very wild, no saris were very strong brand. So there was a big demand from the Mafusil areas and all. So he used to get funding for his growth from using what they call commission agents. They call them Atya. They'll give you a loan for about 1% per month kind of thing. So this fellow used to take a loan from them. He used to have a turnover in every 3 months. He had a margin of 8% as a semi-wholesale. So 5% straight. So his capital was 4 lakh. But his turnover was 1 crore. So the 1 crore turnover came from almost about 25 lakhs of borrowing. So he was always having borrowing more than his capital. But the business was doing very well. So he was happily growing, continuing to borrow. Then the 1983 Bombay textile strike took place, right? So at that time, Katao and all suffered from that problem. So they outsourced the production of their product to Malegaon, some such place, no? Power mills. And that quality was not the same. But this fellow, without understanding all those things, kept on buying like that. Now what happened, when he supplied the product, those fellows, instead of paying money, started sending back the goods saying that this is defective. And within 1 year, he found that he is owing money to the Adatyas which has no money to pay. And he came to me saying that I'm going to sell my wild jewelry. He has a big bungalow and all. So I want to declare bankruptcy. And so I told him, hold on boss, you appointed me just now. So give me time, I will help you. Because from what you have done, I realized that you have done basically what fundamentally we are taught not to do. But as a Marwari, you took a risk. It's perfectly all right, but even a Marwari won't do this. He will never overtrade as a cautious Marwari. But you became ambitious. Usually some Marwadis become very ambitious and they also get into trouble, right? His father, his brother, everybody used to kept telling him, look, you are doing something wrong, and never used to listen to them. So when I said I can help you to turn around, provided you listen to me. He came and touched my feet literally, came home and told my wife, only your husband can save my business, like that. And literally you won't believe it, every day evening 6 to 8 I used to go and sit in the shop. I had some other work to do. Evening time when his customers are finished coming and going, Then I first did that audit of all his stock, sorted them out into good quality and bad quality. I told him, get rid of all the bad quality stock at whatever price you can get it and get back your money. And then tell the Adatya when he comes next time that I'm not going to borrow any more money from you. Buy only from the money that you have. And you sell only on cash, no credit. Reduce a margin from 8% to 5%, but sell on cash. Next 1 year, I was sitting there every day, controlling what he buys, what he sells, and what he turns. And 1 year, he wiped out his deficit.
So very good. So we are hearing management consulting stories from early 1980s.